What's up, everybody? This is Books Nelson with the Abby Bro Show. We're gonna whine about the out of position packs while I do an overview. And the one card oh no, I gotta spin the wheel. And you know what? At this point, as long as I don't get the lowest amount of something, I'm good to go. Perfect. That was a clutch wheel spin right there. When I spin the wheel on stream, I'm clutch. He said before, never being clutch again. You actually need these contracts to help out with spotlights. Thank you. And what do we get here? I'll take another diamond contract. I'm gonna throw these. Yeah, let's go. I think I got 6 now. Not bad. Honestly, I don't really care about any of the cards on auction at this current point. The only one I care about is Draymond. So let's get right to it, guys. This is more of a chill stream. If you're tuning in on this video, I'm not going to be rushing through the content or anything. So I do want to discuss the situation at hand a little bit. Because once again, 2K has, I guess we'll have this conversation like every time 2K goes back, quote unquote, on its word. Oh, shout out. We're at 1,200 subscribers. Shout out to you guys. Always appreciate the support. Alright, so there's this really famous video of Robbie and I don't know who else. I don't remember who else. Maybe, I don't think it was LD2K. Basically talking about how, yeah, we don't want the game to be ridiculous this year, so we're putting in position locks, and here we are, out of position packs. And everybody knows why it is. It's because people will only really go into their wallets if they feel like, if I don't have that card, I'm going to get left behind. And the easiest way to do that is to take someone who's not supposed to be playing a particular position and put them at that position. And guys, keep in mind, this only works because cards are super juiced. Like, that's the only reason this works. If the game was made better, and that's the one thing I want to address first and foremost. Okay, so we all know that Jokic isn't like the best point guard, right? Even though he's 7 feet tall, he's got decent speed, he's got everything. If you looked at him on paper, you go, 2K, what are you doing? When you play him in a game, you're like, give me Dwayne Wade, right? So the reason is because Jokic just doesn't move that well, right? His animations don't support what you need out of a PG. That's a good thing, right? Position locks shouldn't even be necessary. The only reason position locks are necessary in the first place is because of the flaws in the game. If small point guards moved as well as small point guards, you would never, ever, ever want to have somebody taller than like 6'7" guarding somebody else's Kyrie Irving. You'd say, no, I need somebody as quick as possible to try to stay in front of him. I want a combination of speed and all this other stuff and length to shut him down. I know once guys get too tall, Kyrie's going to be able to maneuver around him too quickly. That's the kind of mismatches you need on the outside of the perimeter. Obviously on the interior, you need centers overpowering cards and all that other stuff. So, this all comes from, I would say, I'm going to have to say bad game design, because I don't think it's necessarily bad, but it's just incomplete. We just haven't reached a point where there's a good balance of agility versus raw speed versus certain other animations, right? I could go on and on and on about that. I'm not going to do it, but I wanted to get that out of the way, that there's two things making these position locks necessary. Necessary and a problem is, number one, that they juice cards, but number two, even after they juice cards, the cards just move too poorly. Like, Giants move too well in this game. For the game, the Giants should have a threshold on how well they move, and the small guards should have an opposite. They should have a maximum agility that's like, okay, if you're really small, you're just that agile, right? It's why guys like Nate Robinson and Isaiah Thomas can score, because it's just hard to get a hold of them. They can slip into all these little spaces. That's my little rant as far as that goes. Spatial Jones, El Rio, Project Elevate, TJ, what's up? Los, I ain't seen you on PS4 in a long time, man. Where you at, homie? You need to get in this Call of Duty or something. Cam Powell, what's up? Yeah, man, glad y'all rocking with me today. So, this is just kind of like, I already said what I had to say when they put Jokic at point guard, which was an extension of what I had to say before, which is basically going 12-0 sucks. The reward sucks. So the only reason these cards affect your life at all is if you're trying to go 12-0. Other than that, Triple threat is completely unaffected because there are no position locks in triple threat. You play what you want, and triple threat's about getting threes, not twos. So if somebody wants to post you up while you run around the perimeter and shoot threes, you're going to win, right? All small lineups work just fine in triple threat. I've seen it. As long as you are skilled enough to constantly generate threes, you can be like, yeah, post up, take the two. Threes more than two, I win. So triple threat really is about being able to stop people from getting threes as much as you can. And all that other stuff. And that's not changed. You could play 3 LeBrons in triple threat basically if you want, right? 3, 6, 8 guys with blah, blah, blah. You can run Cam Reddish, Kevin Durant, LeBron James already in triple threat. So this is just for the 12-0 crowd. And if you're going 12-0, I mean, you're not doing it this month because Wilt Chamberlain is arguably not even a top 3 center anymore, right? After these collections are out. You got Hakeem. Obviously, Kareem was already there. Shaq was already there. And then there's other cards that people might like more than Wilt. I'm not saying Wilt's a bad card. I'm just saying he's not worth spending all of your resources to go 12-0 for. So at that point, that's the only way to play 5v5 versus another human. So 2K dug their own grave. So I'm not even going to talk about that. Really, the main thing is, like, first of all, this Spud Webb and this Westbrook. I don't even think this collection is that good, right? Like, this LeBron James is not going to be the best point guard in the game. I don't think this LeBron James is going to be better than, he's not going to be better than Ben Simmons. He's going to be either equal or worse. And I like the LeBron James card. I held on to that pink diamond for a long time. And this card is basically a slightly improved version of the pink diamond. Really, he has much better rebounding, which is great. I mean, more important if you don't play him at point guard. Really important if you play him at triple threat. So he's going to be a much better triple threat card with that super juiced rebounding. And he's got a 93 strength, which is also great, which we talked about that. They basically held back those ratings so that they could do this later in the year, which I personally don't love. I don't like it when they take something a card should have and, by the way, how's my audio, guys? Let me know. I don't love it when they take something a card should have and just hold it back for later in the year. Like, there should be no Damian Lillard cards, unless there's like a rookie card specifically. There should be no Damian Lillard cards without range extender, right? There should be no Steph Curry cards without 86 ball control and quick draw and stuff like that. And there's a few cards that have gotten that treatment where you're like, you look at Kyrie Irving and you're like, wait, Kyrie on the Nets with an 83 ball, and you look at his stats and you're like, nah, even his regular roster card should be pretty good. And they do a good job with that with some cards, but some cards, they're just obviously held back so that they can, monetize them later or juice them later to keep balance in the game. And I'm not in favor of it. I think that, the player as a baseline should serve somewhat of a, guideline. So the big 2 things about this LeBron card is he can rebound. And he's got Hall of Fame quick draw and range extender. I'm actually really curious to see how that affects the card. But this LeBron card I don't dislike his dribbles the way most people do, but they're not going to change his animation package, right? So if they're not giving him the Pro 3 Hezi, and they're not giving him one of the super elite behind the back dribbles, again, I don't see how he's going to be like the absolute best. Like, he's just Magic Johnson. I don't know why he's going for this much when he's basically just Magic Johnson. This is just name only. Like, the best thing about this card is if you pull him, you're going to get a king's ransom. I would not suggest keeping this card, no matter how much you like LeBron. There will be another LeBron later on. Because he doesn't play his natural position in, either of these. And it's funny because they have him in Cleveland too. They have like older LeBron in Cleveland playing point on the card art. Although I will say, this card art is tough, isn't it? That's good card art. That's fire. That almost looks like a drawing. Shout out to the art team who did the card art. The only thing I don't like about this card art, and for anybody who doesn't know, I'm a professional artist. And I don't generally like to criticize other artists publicly. But in the 2K context, I will say I don't like the logo of the out of position thing. It looks like a menu at like an Eastern California Mexican spot. You know what I mean? It's like, here are the tacos. That's what the out of position looks like, that logo. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. But the LeBron part looks real tough. They did a really good job on the part around the names with the red and the blue, like the spray paint and the splatter and stuff. That's really cool. Yeah, and then the little white outline with the blown out highlights and the high contrast. Really cool. Really cool. So the LeBron card is good, but not even anywhere near worth the price. Don't buy that card. Jesus Christ, don't buy that card. There's no reason to buy that card. He doesn't make your team better. Just buy, if you're paying that, just buy Giannis. He's not better than Giannis. I would be shocked if that card performs better than Giannis in Antetokounmpo at point guard. All right, so let's see. And here's the card that I want. Is Draymond. I heard that they were Draymonds for buyout. And if there is a Draymond for buyout, I'm interested in that because I actually really like that Draymond card from earlier in the year, and I want to just run the Draymond card. I wish he was the only 4-position card in the game. That would be really cool. If he had just an X on his position and he could play any position, I wouldn't, even within position locks, I wouldn't be mad at that for players who genuinely were like that. I don't know anybody who's a legit 5-position player. There are a couple of players that are 3 or 4 position players. Like Kevin Garnett played small forward, power forward, and center in his career, and he defended point guards. So I don't know about, he shouldn't be able to play point guard, but him being a 3-position player is pretty cool. Draymond here can play the 3, 4, and the 5. And, they run him as a true point forward, as a 1, so I wouldn't be super mad at Draymond. But let's go ahead and get into his stats. I'm just sitting here scrolling. Let's look at him. So he is listed as 6'7". Generous. I'm glad he's a 6'7", because 6'7" is not that tall for a point guard, right? So he's got a 93 ball, which is good. 86 ball handle, which is okay. Again, with these cards, so now that he has the 86 ball handle, we got to see if he has handles for days and what level it's on. And so the reason I'm looking for this is because they don't give out handles for days to everybody. That's one of the badges they're still showing. Okay, so he has it on gold, which is good. They're still showing some restraint on handles for days. And the thing about that badge is if your card gets tired and they have an 86 ball handle, after 2 dribbles, you can't do any of the cool stuff anymore. You can't peekaboo, you can't do momentum dribbles, right? So, for everybody who says having an 86 ball control is enough, that's only true if you have handles for days. If you don't have handles for days, you definitely want more than an 86 ball control. Even to the point of, the floor general and the shoe are going to help you out on a card like Blake Griffin, where you get a few extra moves out of Blake rather than having to do one move and go, because once that thing starts blinking, he's not the same card anymore. People throwing diamond contracts on him already. All right, so Draymond, actually I didn't look too close at his stats. Let's do it. But honestly, this is more of a discussion video because I know a lot of people are really heated over these packs. And if you are constantly in those My Team Unlimited streets, I can see how this would be somewhat annoying. The only thing that's going to be annoying is the people who get all of these cards and lock in for Thon. But LeBron is so expensive and the rest of these cards aren't even cheap. Maybe Russ and Spud are going to be cheap because they're only useful in Spud's not useful at all, but Russ is basically a triple threat online card only, which it is nice. We're going to get a juiced. I'm going to look at that card. I want to see if he's if he's as good as the pink diamond, but he can go into triple threat. That's great because he makes your matchmaking easier. So Draymond with only a 90 speed, and what was his? So he has quick draw and range extender on Hall of Fame. So this Draymond card, we got to see what his animations look like, but he should be pretty good. Kind of excited about that card. Although I do like Draymond more at the 5. It doesn't work anymore. We've gone too far. He's not going to play the 5 versus Kareem or, the new Hakeem or Taco Fall or something. But earlier in the year, when Draymond was able to play the 5, I did like him in that position. All right, let's look at this Westbrook real quick. So this card is super cheap. Ignore these prices you see here. This card is going to be going way, way, way low because he's basically not usable he's not usable offline or online in 5v5. He's only good for triple threat. So let's see. He's got a 95 3 ball. Cool. And then I know he has a 99 speed with the ball. He's got a 90 strength too. That's really cool. This card might be really good in Hall of Fame. This card might be really good in triple threat. I can't compare him directly to the other Westbrook. Should I pick him up? Votes in the chat. Should I pick up this card and take a look at him? Let me see. I can't. And the fact that they called it out of position, I think that's the most triggering thing about the whole thing, is that they called it out of position. We want player lock so that the game doesn't be ridiculous. Here's Thon Maker at point guard. 99 everything. All right, so first we're going to just look at maximum buyout. Let's see if we can get a Spud real low. Get him out of the way. Because at this, Spud's super low. Because at this point, my MT is just, Spud's really low. My MT is for nothing, you know? Like, I don't really care to spend MT on anything right now because I know that there's going to be a Kareem that shoots a little better that either knocks this Kareem down or is just a better one to buy. All right, so we got Spud out of the way. And now exclude user own cards. Cool. So he won't ruin my Westbrook filter. Hey, I gotta put him in my collection. If you guys want to see Spud's animations, let me know. I'll take a look. Project Elevate says, yeah, man, I don't get triggered very often, but the set really rubbed me the wrong way. It didn't bother me only in the sense that I've already had this conversation with myself and with the community, quite frankly. Right? So, you know, we already understand that 2K has broken their words on position locks. Now, at that point, you have a couple of decisions to make. Do you continue to play the mode or do you not? And I think either decision is valid. That's a personal decision. And then your next decision that you have to make is if you play the mode, what are you going to do within the mode? And I've made a bunch of videos on that already. You know, how do you personally have fun with the mode? And I think there's a lot of ways to have a lot of fun with the mode. I think Triple Threat Online is fun. I think playing with games is super fun. And I still think collecting cards and building teams, just putting a good team together is fun. Right? I think all of that's really cool. So, you know, you can have fun in the mode. Will 12-0 be fun? Well, I think the only way 12-0 is fun is basically if you make a if you make a low overall lineup and every time matchmaking screws you, just back out. Just pause out, give up the win, and then only play teams that are evenly matched with you, kind of circumventing the matchmaking problem. And this way you don't have to deal with it. And it's not even about a competitive thing. I actually think that these super juiced cards lower the skill gap, right? Like I was playing a Triple Threat Online, and I was actually playing really bad. But I had Blake Griffin, and I was winning every game because Blake is really, really strong, right? A very, very good card. And he was basically winning the games for me, you know? So I think it lowers the skill gap to have cards that shoot perfect, run super fast, give you crazy dunk animations. It actually shrinks the abilities of the players and brings them closer together. So it's not about competition. It's just about the fact that the game plays bad, right? When everybody has 99 speed, everybody's super tall, everybody has interceptor, everybody shoots perfectly, the game doesn't play the way the designers balance the game. And for proof of this, look no further than all of the balanced conversations they have around Park and Pro-Am. They know they have the NBA 2K League there. They know they have highly competitive players in Park and Pro-Am, so they balance that mode accordingly, and they want to keep, because that's where the, no offense to any other communities, but that's where the highest individual skill is in the park, right? So there's only one position in the park that a person can get away with not being skilled, and that's the person standing in the corner. And even they have to be really good at on-ball defense if you're going to be like a really good park player, right? But the center has to be able to shoot with a really low rating and make a high, clip of shots, and they have to be really intelligent, setting screens, guarding in the inside, scoring in the post if necessary. They have to be really good at all of that stuff. And the same thing and obviously the point guards need to be very, very skilled to be a good park player. So Russ is going for 20. I'm not paying 20 for Russ, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so the auction house is bugged. That's what's going on right now, because I see him for 15 and it's just taking a minute. So I'm going to keep the filter low. But yeah, so long story short, I think it's just about the way the game plays. The game isn't balanced to play with 99 speed 7 feet tall characters. The court dimensions are not made according to that. The court dimensions are made according to NBA players that range from, 5'9" to 7'5". And the 7'5" guys are all slow, and the 5'9" guys are all quick. And that's what the dimensions are in game. So when you this auction house is busted right now because those Westbrooks only came. I saw a Westbrook for 15K, and he's not showing up on the 15K filter. So this might be a bad time to sell or buy cards because the auction house is acting a little funky right now. You guys saw it. Like when I put it up to 20K, a bunch of Westbrooks for various prices come up. So you might have to scroll to get what you want. Yeah, you see that 18K is 16K. Yeah, but if you're selling this Westbrook card, sell them now because I don't think this card is going to go for very much because he can't play most of the moves in the game. You said dying to see me work with these new cards? I mean, the only card I want is Draymond. $14 is still a little pricey. I'll pay 10K for this Westbrook card, but not a penny more. Because even though I don't want to use my MT for anything right now, like there's nothing to have my heart set on, at the same time, I'm cheap. I'm very cheap. The richer I get, the cheaper I get. So, no. Oh, is it the player option is glitching me? Wow, that's messed up. Okay, so we'll go by position then. Well, actually, we can go by color. Let's do that. Oh, there we go. Yep, good on you, sir. Good on you. There we go. Okay, so Westbrook, I knew I wasn't crazy. I'm like, there's no way. All right, so we will sit. There we go. There we go. All right, guys, you're going to see some Westbrook. Come on, 2K. Bring him back. Unless they bought all of those. You said you have, yeah, considering selling them now. Yeah, another token reward update would be nice because now that they've got us grinding this triple threat for these T-Max and everything. Yo, what? The auction house is so bugged right now, dude. Let me just clear this. Try it again. So yeah, I think LeBron, Thon, Draymond are like the best cards. I hear Rodman's release is pretty slow, and the two guard position is so ridiculously stacked now with Kobe out. You've got Nick Batum. You've got that Walter Davis card, who is amazing. Oh my God, I have to do a video on him. I just don't. I think the Rodman is going to be a good defensive card, but I don't know if it's worth not getting a lot of offense out of your two guard. Like, I don't know if that's a real thing you should be doing. Man, he won't show up anymore. This is crazy because I know he's here. I'm just gonna scroll. I'll buy him. Oh, unless everybody's just buying them that quick. Are they just buying, just scooping up Westbrooks? Somebody bought that. Yeah. Alright, so people are going to be on these snipe filters, and this is just too laggy for me to even be bothered with. I mean, we already know Westbrook's animations and stuff, but I was just going to take a look at him anyway. I want to look at his shot. But people are really, the snipers are really out on this card right now. And I don't know why, because this is not, like, his value is not going to go up. Like, he's flying out of packs. He's unusable. Okay. We finally got a Westbrook. Add to collection. And I will throw them on the team. I'll also bring in Walter Davis. And we're going to look for Draymond after this as well. Let's see. Guess I got to go to centers for my Russell Westbrook card. I mean, what's wrong with y'all? Man, come on, what are we doing here? And Spud Webb was the other one, right? Take a look at Spud. We'll look at their animations real quick. Yeah, that Walter Davis is the absolute truth. Yeah, it's an I've got. I mean, honestly, if the filters were working, I mean, it's just a couple, like, even a 3K MT difference between what I would really want to buy him for. Like, if this was my personal account, I wouldn't spend more than 4K on that Westbrook. But 4K, 9K, it doesn't matter. I'll make it back during spotlights. It's not going to be a big deal. So I'll make it back selling the cards from the spotlights. I have so many spotlight cards to sell. And since I don't think I think by the time the next token reward comes around, it's not going to be anything. You guys want to see Spud or Westbrook first? Let me know in the chat. Oh, please like. Oh, by the way, I always forget to ask you guys to like while I'm mid-stream. But please like if you have not already. And I appreciate everybody who's in here rocking with me. What do you guys think of this set? I think because it's called Out of Position and Thon Maker is the lock-in, it looks like, and you know, Dennis Rodman's really unrealistic. In terms of game balance, it looks worse than it is. But I just don't think, from a game balance standpoint, this really changes much of anything. Spud is going for nothing. I think what I paid, guys, 4K for Spud? I don't even remember what I paid for him. All right, so let's see. So those are his hot zones. Not great. And I gotta say, he doesn't move. I know I haven't really moved much with him, but he doesn't move like, you can just tell when certain cards move really well. He moves kind of stubby. Like, he moves like a hobbit. Like he got short little legs or something. You know what I mean? He don't really feel like he's zipping around court at all. Let's see. Does he have the Pro 3 Hezi? Yeah, he does have the Pro 3 Hezi. Again, I don't know what use you would get out of this card anywhere because he's just so small. He's going to be a better version of Nate Robinson most likely. Kind of step back. Oh, he's got a nice step back. So he's just a funsies card. He's just taking an Amethyst into Triple Threat Online and being like, I'm going to embarrass you with Spud Webb. And then you do it. And you feel really good about yourself. He has a nice little shot. Let me see it. Oh, yeah. He's got a good shot. I like his shot. Okay, off the peekaboo, his shot's really bad, though. I saw this on DBG's stream. For some reason, off the peak, his shot is, like, way slower. Let me see it off the Pro Hezi. So this shot is a case study in why you want to learn both the Pro Hezi and the peak. I know people only do what... Oh, he looks like he has a little bit of that Lonzo hop. A little bit of the Lonzo hop, but it's much less severe. So this is a case. I know people only do what, you know, popular people do. I get it. That's the way every community is. That's not even like hate or anything. It's just the way games are. I come from the fighting game community where it's the same way. You have the popular people doing things one way, and there's always like this one like person in one tournament, you know, from one area, like, no, the character should play like this, and nobody does it like that until a year later when the top players pick up on it and start doing it themselves. But my point is, this is why you want to learn both the Pro Hezi pull-up and the peekaboo. The peekaboo's easier, and it works from a few more angles than the Pro Hezi. With the Pro Hezi, you have to be going like almost completely laterally, but you usually are when you're hunting a 3, so it's no big deal. Every card doesn't animate at the same speed with the peekaboo versus the Pro Hezi, and he has a really slow pickup off the peekaboo, which would, if you only know the peekaboo, you would think, oh, well, this card's not that good. But if you do it off the Pro Hezi, it's really quick off the Pro Hezi. He's got a little bit of a bunny hop, but it's not that bad. It's not nearly as bad as Lonzo. I would definitely say you can take this guy into Triple Threat Online and have some fun. All right, let's look at the rest of his dribbles. Looked at his shot enough. Behind the back's okay. Okay, he's got the glitchy between the legs, so that's a good look. So yeah, he might be a little cheeseball. Let me see something. You like that? You like that? Do I have any thoughts on Rodman? Yeah, I think Rodman is not ultimately a game changer. I think the thing he's mainly there for is if you have a card, if somebody else has T-Mac or Kobe or something like that, and you want to shut him down, Rodman might be a good option. But frankly, Jordan's probably a better option because Jordan's going to be better on offense. I have to get a closer look at Rodman's animations to like really judge it, but that's the main thing is, you know, the two guard position is all about animations. And while Rodman should be excellent defensively, I don't think he will hold up from an animation standpoint offensively. And I think as the year goes on, you're going to want to be able to get your offense basically from anywhere. I think that's where the 5v5 meta is essentially going, is if you can't get your offense from everywhere, the card is ultimately not good. Yeah, this Spud is all right though. This Spud is good. It's a good Spud web card. It's a really fun card. He's got a lot of great dribble animations. Let me see. What's his size up? Yeah, his size up looks solid. Not the best, but definitely solid. Oh yeah, he's got a nice. Oh yeah, look at that Steph Curry teleport. Yeah, y'all might see a Spud wedge triple threat video at some point. I don't know if I'm gonna win, but we definitely gonna have some fun with this Spud web. Christopher S. Is all of the YouTubers overhyping new cards good or bad for the My Team community? I honestly don't think anything that the community does outside, like, unless you could get people to stop buying packs and stop playing 12-0 outright, the only good thing for the community would be if the community held their own tournaments with like tournament restrictions, you know, because there's no draft mode in the game. There's no, overall cap version of the game. So if the community did that themselves, then it would be good for it. But as long as the community is going to be brainwashed by 2K and play 12-0 for a reward they don't really give a shit for, and many people, like, they'll only go 12-0 once in a while, but the once in a while it happens, somebody quits on them and it gives them a loss and stuff, or, they get a internet hiccup or something like that. Like, because there's no mercy on it, that's what they call it in Destiny, is basically the mercy. Going 12-0, unless you're one of the top players, it can be really difficult, even if you play really well. Like, imagine somebody who goes 10-2 or 11-1 every time they go 12-0. That's a really, really good player, and they're not getting rewarded for it, because it's not a ranked mode. And that person could also be that way because they just live in an area where there are more good players, and so they get match made against good players for their last game more, which is not an indicator of skill. So the number one thing the community has to do if they want the game to improve is they have to stop, playing the game the way 2K tells them to, which is why that's been the theme of my videos, because if you want the mode to improve, that's the way to improve the mode, first and foremost. In terms of overhyping cards, I mean, look, people want to get views. That's their main thing. Like, so exclamation points and all that other stuff is the the currency of YouTube. Clickbait is the currency of YouTube. It is what it is. I just think it's like on you as a player. That's why my channel tries to be more informational, educational than anything else, so that you know what's actually good about a card. You know what I mean? And you're not fooled by that stuff. Like, so that it's good for you for entertainment, but in terms of really learning how to play the game, it should be on you to improve your game in the style that best suits you, that you find most success in, and that tells you what's good about a card. Not somebody with a video with like their face looking all shocked, like, I can't believe this card is the best card I've ever played, except for the next card and the card before that, which was also the best card ever. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion on it. I don't hate on people for, their hustle, trying to get to that golden 100K subscribers so they can, not have a day job, which nobody wants. I already don't have a day job. You know what I mean? I draw comics for a living. So I'm lucky enough to, I already had my grind in terms of getting out of, it's scary. Like, before you get your first job where you don't have to like suffer, it's a scary thing. And so I don't hate on people trying to get around that, anyway. But I think as a community member, quite frankly, that would never work in the fighting game community. That would never work in Overwatch or Rainbow Six Siege. because they're just too educated about the game to be fooled by, you know, somebody clowning on a video with their eyes bugging out of their head talking about, you know, demigod juiced blah blah blah. Like, so I actually blame the community more than those YouTubers, because the YouTubers are doing what works, and it shouldn't work. It shouldn't work. Right? So that's why I know some of my like card opinions have been unpopular, but I think most of them have come to fruition down the road. Like, I was very, very adamant about Dino Raja being tremendous. Very adamant about Dwayne Wade being like just basically having the most broken weapon in the game. And this was before, you know, this when everybody thought being tall was going to be the thing, and, you know, rim running and all that stuff was going to be the thing. And I told you guys, nah, being able to quick shoot off the three is going to be the thing, because that's what happens in Pro-Am and Park, right? And the community has been developing along those lines. Now everybody's looking for peekaboos. And I'm just, like I'm telling you right now with the Spud Web, people are soon going to start to learn the Pro Hezi, because the peekaboo is not necessarily the best way to do that in all situations. Sometimes it is. Sometimes the Pro Hezi is the best way, right? Especially if you're in that in-between area where you don't know if you want to dribble, if you want to attack or shoot the three. The Pro Hezi is a much better weapon than the peekaboo, because after you do the peekaboo, you can't do anything else. The community will catch on eventually, either, you know, at some point later in the year or so on and so forth. But I think it's on the community as individuals to not be brainwashed by YouTubers or by 2K. You know, it's your choice. All right, so let me see. So that's Spud Webb. Actually, let me check one more thing with Spud. I didn't check his Yeah, he's got a. Yeah, this card is really fun. This card is really fun. He doesn't feel as fast as he is. Like, he's supposed to be at 99 speed, I think. Let's see. He's got 93 ball, 99 drive and dunk, 92 ball handle. That's with a coach. So does he have a 88 ball handle normally? Let's see. Lateral quickness 96. Speed's a 99, but he doesn't feel like a 99 speed. He definitely feels a little slower than that, because it's like the opposite when cards are really small. And it's also his animations too. Like, that dunk animation is just too slow. I didn't really look at his dunk animations. He's got some good ones. That was a bad one. Yeah, he's got to gather before his dunks, which might be because he's small, so he has to like get ready for like a big vertical leap. And he didn't dunk from there, which was a little alarming, because great dunkers usually I can dunk as soon as they pass the three-point line. His dunk radius isn't that big either. It might be okay. Yeah, his dunk radius isn't that big. You see me doing step back stairs because I'm trying to initiate the dunk as soon as he crosses the three-point line, which is what you can do with a great dunker. But with him, you have to probably get to the free throw line. Yeah, so you have to wait till he gets to the free throw line to initiate his dunks. So as a dunker, I would say he's a little underwhelming. Yeah, his dunk radius is... That's a term, guys. We're coining a term right now, dunk radius. The distance at which... From which you can initiate your dunk animation, your dunk radius. So your dunk radius is either going to be from around this line, right? This invisible circle around the free throw line. It's going to be from here, this invisible perimeter inside the three-point line, or it's going to be from here, right on the inside of the three-point line. Like, as soon as the game realizes you're not shooting a three, it gives you a dunk animation. So I've done that for several cards in the past, where you see that, you know, as soon as they cross the three-point line, I start holding the stick and they start dunking. Those are like the really OP dunkers. Spud Webb, his is pretty close. His is at the free throw line. It's at the free throw line radius. If you do flashy, you might be able to get us to start from like right there. But outside of his flashy dunks, the rest of his dunks all initiate inside the closer perimeter. So if you're playing with Spud, keep that in mind. You might want to... Yeah, he doesn't even initiate layups from that far out. So you really got to get closer to the basket. I wonder if it has to do with his player model, because he doesn't do layups from that far out. Yeah, not from that far out at all. Let me get another character in here to show you a comparison. I guess D-Wade should be fine. Wow, D-Wade looks like Bol next to Spud. Okay. So you see that? Right? Dunk radius. I started that animation literally the moment his I don't remember what shoe I have on him, but the moment his sneakers touched like past the three-point line, I initiated a dunk animation. Right? See that? You can I don't know if my mic is picking up when my stick is flicking, So you can see where my stick is flicking there. Bam. You see how far that dunk radius is? Spudweb has a really, really tight dunk radius. So that's a negative on the card. I mean, he's a 5/7 card, so he's really here for fun. But it would have been nice if he had a really OP dunk radius as well. That would probably be my two biggest knocks on the card, is he doesn't feel that fast, and he doesn't have a really big dunk radius. All right, let's take a look at Westbrook. So first things first, let's look at that Hoff quick draw and range extender. Yeah, that's really good. That's pretty good, pretty fast. I mean, it feels pretty close to his pink diamond. I don't feel like a major difference. Maybe his pink diamond is a little floatier. It feels really close. It doesn't feel like a major difference. I mean, I would use this card versus the other. Well, actually, let's look at his badges first, all right, before I even start talking crap. So the first thing I want to know is those playmaking badges. So for me, when it comes to Triple Threat Online, the most important thing is floor general, because this gives me the flexibility to play a lot of cards in a lot of situations. That floor general really is those extra 4 attribute points. You can really feel it on cards like Dino and Bobo with their shooting. So I prefer to have floor general on Triple Threat Online if I'm really like trying. And we see here, so he's got the floor general, so he's good to go. I mean, this is a really fantastic Westbrook card. He just can't play his proper position, so he's just for Triple Threat Online. But for Triple Threat Online, I would definitely use this card over the pink diamond, for sure. For sure. So yeah, you see the Hall of Fame rebound chaser. Does he have Slithery on Hall of Fame? He's got Contact on Hall of Fame. He's got Slithery on Gold. All right, that's fine. And let's see. And you see the shooting badges. He's got Difficult Shots on Gold as well. Green Machine. Yeah, this Westbrook card is fantastic for Triple Threat Online. Obviously, he can't play 5v5 because he's playing a power forward center. So he really is position locked because he's locked out of his position. At how far we have fallen already. But, you know, if you're not used to Westbrook's animations, I haven't done a Westbrook video in a long time. So since y'all are rocking with me in the chat, here we go. Actually, not the greatest full court animations in the world, but he's so fast in a straight line that he's a card that you generally don't, you know, wind up changing directions with a whole lot. But yeah, he doesn't really have any of the truly elite full court dribbles. His behind the back is okay. I mean, he's got that behind the back for the, you know, for the 3-point stuff, but for going down court, his crossover is all he's got. He doesn't have the greatest between the legs, and his behind the back doesn't speed him up and change directions either. Let's see. And he's also got a nice in and out, so that's cool too. So if you guys have seen my videos before, you know Westbrook has one of the fastest size ups in the game, so he can do that killer crossover. And he's also got the OP step back, so he can do that combination of size up, step back, and stuff like that. So yeah, he's got the juice just all around. Great dunker. Wingspan looks really good. Is that, man, did I just not notice his wingspan? Maybe he had the armbands on or something. I gotta look at his other character model because his wingspan looks pretty good here. Did they raise his wingspan for his I mean, I don't want to say something that's absolutely not true, but his arms just look really, really long here. His arms look really long for some reason. Yeah, this card gonna be really, really, really good. He's gonna be really hard to deal with in Triple Threat Online. Oh, he doesn't have a behind the back teleport? Look at that. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's right, because he doesn't have the Pro 3 Hezi, but he can do the Hezi off of the yeah, he can shoot off the Hezi very well, very quickly. In fact, I like that animation on him more than I like his peak. As you can see, all the greens. It's just really easy to see. His peak is good too. His peak is excellent. This card's fantastic. This card's fantastic. He's going to be one of the better triple threat cards in the game as far as small point guards go. Like, as far as small point guards go, this is really a Galaxy Opal. Honestly, I think this card is only a diamond because of the position they put him at. It's almost like 2K hid a really OP card. I'm really curious about this arm length. Guys, I might have to go get the other Westbrook and take a look. Because hold on now. Let me see something. Can I get him to just stand straight up? Okay, there we go. I need to look at this. I might be bugging. I just need to see this, though. Okay. So this is a really good shot of his arms. This arm is... Okay, so his shoulders are a little tilted, slightly tilted. But we got a pretty good look. His arms go all the way down to almost the bottom of the Nets logo. I'm really curious about this now. Yeah, I don't understand. I honestly don't even get this pack. Like, because this pack isn't even that good. Like, if somebody runs the most OP team from before, like point guard Giannis, Tracy McGrady, you know, who's the most OP 3? I mean, there's a bunch of them. Now you got Thurl Bailey, you got KD, you got, you know, Worthy, AK-47, Melo. Take your pick, right? Kawhi, whoever you like at the 3. They're all really good. Paul George, all fantastic. Then you take your most OP4, who would be, I think it's Bol Bol. I think it's Bol Bol or Blake Griffin. I think those are the best 2 4s in the game. If there's somebody I'm leaving out, let me know. But yeah, I think it's Bol Bol and Blake are the best 2 4s. And then the 5, again, take your pick. Kareem, Shaq, whoever. Shaq is also, you know, he would also go in that group of the most OP 4s. If they're running that team and you're running, you know, the best cards from this lineup, you're not at an advantage at all. Not even a little bit at the advantage. So I don't know. I don't understand. I don't even know why this would motivate people to open packs. Like, you know, this is not the true LeBron card, right? Like, the true LeBron card is either going to be small forward, power forward, or point guard, small forward, right? Like, that's what the real LeBron card is going to be. So, you know, he's not going to be a point guard center, obviously. You can't even play LeBron in his natural position. So that's not the real Galaxy Opal LeBron. He's probably going to be in that GOAT collection. Oh, purchase an Emerald Center from the auction house. Is that even worth the 2 tokens? Let me see. So yeah, I mean, Thon Maker at point guard, he sounds good. But is he going to do anything to point guard Giannis? Get out of here. No. I don't think so. Maybe when we'll see him. But guys, I made videos on how good Thon Maker is. I made vids on how good Thon Maker is, right? Like, I went deep into his size up and all that other good stuff. There we go. Perfect. And I don't think Thon Maker is going to be... I mean, I don't know if this is a controversial statement. I don't think Thon Maker is going to be better than Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't care what his stats say. Giannis has the stupid animations. He's got the crazy hop steps and all that other stuff. I just don't think Thon is going to match up with that, right? Like, so I honestly don't even know if he'll match up with Ben and Magic and that LeBron card that's in there. So I mean, who's gonna lock in for Thon with LeBron going for $1 million? I mean, that's gonna be such a small group. Even if you get lucky, right? Like, even if you get lucky and you get that LeBron card, that's $1 million MT right now. Like, why would you keep him for what? For Thon? To have a worse, to have what? I'm not going to rank him now, but I'm just going to say, if somebody's running Hito or Giannis or one of these other cards, I just don't think that Thon puts you at an advantage. Call me crazy. I just really don't. You know? Just from Thon's... You said he has guard animations now. Does he have like way better animations? If he has way better animations across the board, like if they change the card entirely, then yeah. Which is another thing. That's really crazy. That's like really crazy if they like just keep changing cards animations, right? Like your animations change when you get an ABC ball control, but and then, you know, and contact dunks, that's new animation packages your cards gets access to. But if they change his base size up package, that's just like really, It's not even the same card. Like, you're literally just inventing. You're just making things up now. Like, this was the card before, and you're saying this is an entirely different. Like, what are you doing? What are you even doing at that point? Like, why give them names at all? Now you're just doing my career, and you're just doing creative character. Yeah, Godfather, Westbrook, I can't stress enough. That Westbrook card is amazing, but he's a TTO card. The same way I'm trying to get it through to you guys. Not all of you guys. My viewers are quite smart, but it's a lot of people in the 2K community just cannot wrap their heads around the concept that Kobe Bryant card was not an online card. It was an offline key to unlock the treasure chest of the Spotlight Challenges. Same thing with this Westbrook. This Westbrook is actually a fantastic triple threat online card. A, because he's Westbrook already, but B, because he's better than Pink Diamond Westbrook, but he's only listed as a diamond because of his position. That's actually a big W. Like, upon buying the card and trying the card out, I'm thrilled. I'm like super excited about that card because he's going to be my triple threat online champion when I want to be a cheese ball. You know? So, it's all about understanding what each card is for. But that Thon Maker, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care how good that Thon Maker is. I'm planting my flag. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first person to say it. And I could be wrong. I acknowledge that. I could be wrong. But I'm going to plant the flag. I do not think that Thon Maker will be anywhere near close to good enough to lock in, because he will not be, even if he's a hair better than the guys who are at the top right now, Giannis, Ben Simmons, Hito, Magic Johnson, and now this new LeBron. He will not be better than them. Right? Like, he will be maybe as good, maybe a tiny hair better, but a tiny hair better is not worth giving up millions of MT, which is what LeBron and Rodman and Draymond and all those cards are going to cost you. Speaking of which, so Draymond is listed at point guard, right? And he is a Galaxy Opal. Let's see here. What's up, Jason Battle? How you doing, man? So yeah, this set, when I first saw it, in the Thon Maker at point guard, I was like, grr, 2K, not again. And the Dennis Rodman with the 87 3 ball and stuff like that. It almost feels like they specifically made him just to undermine the Kobe release. I'm not putting that on them. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. But I'm so hurt. I wanted that so bad. Just now. I was on top of it too, guys. I was on top of it. But you know what? If that one was up, that means others are going to be up. That's the same one. I need to change the bid. Oh man, he won't go away. I'll tell you what. Even though I'd much prefer to get a good snipe. Just to see if I can get rid of that guy. Okay. I think he's gone. You said he's been there for an hour now? Got you. Yeah, the auction house is busted right now, man. Auction house is super busted right now. That's unfortunate. Maybe get rid of the maximum bid, but then it's gonna lock me out. Yeah, I can't. Even when I do that, huh? All right, let me see. Yeah, that card is super glitched, ruining the auction house. Hopefully, at some point, I'll be able to grab this Draymond, but apparently it's impossible with yeah, because I'm genuinely interested in the Draymond. Just because I like the card, I like the style, I like the way the card feels. We'll see if it's any good, but I'm sure at some point he'll be able to be sold back. It's going for... I mean, this is early. The funny thing about this card is, like, I don't think he's... I have to look at his animations, but there's nothing that OP about this card. Like, Justice Winslow is a 6-7 point guard. You know, Isaac Bonga is a 6-8 point guard. I'm not saying he's not going to be better than Isaac Bonga, but is he really going to be better than, you know... Is he really going to be better than, like, a lot of the point guards that are up there? I mean, again, what's his name? Luka Doncic is 6'7", right? Like, it's not like he's that tall of a card. And he's not super juiced in terms of those stats. He should be great defensively. And I would think that's the main thing about this card is if they're running a big point guard, this card probably has the defensive juice that no matter who they're running, he's going to be able to hold his own. I love that. Absolutely love that. Probably why I'm interested in the card. Man, I'm really irked that this is bugged right now. Because you can't... Alright, well, we'll look for Draymond cards this weekend. I'm not paying more than 100K for Draymond. But I will pay 100K for Draymond. I'll pay 100K for that card. And it's more about my interest than how good I think he is. Do I think he's worth 100K? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he's worth that much, but I'm curious about the card. And this goes back to what I'm saying, guys. I play the mode for my personal fun, right? I mean, and to cover stuff for you guys, of course. But that's what I'm all about. I'm all about having a good time now. And if I'm interested in a card because he'll be fun, I'll pay, 400K MT for that card if he'll be fun, you know. But I don't care how OP and how juiced things are, because I'm gonna just be straight with you guys. I play all the other game modes, right? Except for Play Now Online, which I will be getting into. I do want to play some Play Now Online. This mode just doesn't play well with all these juice cards. It doesn't. I don't even find it that hard to win because you're just doing the same thing over and over again. You're just literally either rim running or running around the perimeter for peekaboo / pro hezzy jumpers. That's like literally all you're doing. There's no other tactics to the mode. And then everybody has long arms, so you're always playing the passing lanes, and it's just not. That's just not why I buy basketball games. I don't buy basketball games to play the game like that. If that was one style among many styles, it would be fine. But the cards are just making that style too easy to play. Right? Those skills are all fine independently. You know, playing the passing lanes is a good skill. Pressuring people is a good skill. Peekaboo threes and hesitation threes are a good skill. I don't have any problem with the peekaboo because it's not faster than a pro hezzy, which has been in the game since at least 2K16. Right? So I don't have a problem with any of that stuff. But it's the fact that the way the cards being super juiced and running all over the court and, you know, Kareem running up and down the court like a crazy person, that just doesn't look anything like a good basketball game to me. And dangling my team card above my head, maybe because I'm fairly new to the mode, that's not enough to get me to play something toxic that makes me unhappy. Like, I've watched so few people play My Team Unlimited, and they're like, man, what a good game I just had. That was a great session. No, most of them come away ripping their hair out. It's like almost objectively not fun. Almost objectively not fun. And even the people who are really good at the game, like people who are better than what the game is asking them for, like your, you know, RCA the Greats and stuff like that. Like RCA is a really high quality 2K player, right? But you watch him play now, and he's playing in the same style as everybody else because that's what the game basically demands, you know? And so all that he knows about playbooks and freelances, it's like here and there valuable, but generally not really that important. Wait, you didn't finish? There we go. So if you're confused, if you're just checking into the stream and you're confused about what I'm doing right now, I am checking Westbrook's wingspan. No, it looks the same. Okay. It's because he has arm sleeves that his arm looked longer to me. But it's the same wingspan. I didn't realize his wingspan was this good. There we go. I just wanted to make sure that the diamond didn't have longer arms than the pink diamond. And he appears to not. It looks the same. It's just an arm sleeve. Arm sleeves make your arms look a little smaller. It's what we call in comics, it's the Superman design trick. where you divide the space, right? Like if you guys notice, Superman has the red shorts to divide the space between the blue top and the bottom, so he's not just this like one blue shape. And it's the same thing with the arm sleeve, right? So yeah, it looks pretty much exactly the same. It looks like it's exactly the same. It doesn't look like they extended his arms at all. It's just a lack of arm sleeve making it look like that. But yeah, the diamond is essentially a better version of the pink diamond that is only playable in TTO, which I don't have a problem with. Well, 5, the one thing I would slightly disagree with you on is it ruined going 12-0. It didn't ruin 5v5 because if you hold a tournament, the rules of that tournament can eliminate a lot of those cards. If you run a no opal tournament or a position lock tournament according to like real life or all diamond tournament, none of that is true, right? Now just imagine if that was in the game. Imagine if they were like diamond tournament weekend, 50K MT prize to the winner and 15K for completing the MT for completing the tournament, or 25K for completing the tournament. Diamond cards only. Imagine that. Imagine different ways to play the game were actually in the game. Then you would say, well, I think Unlimited is ruined, but I still love playing the tournaments on the weekends. They just haven't provided any content in the game to use all of the cards. They've only provided content that caters to the very best cards in terms of 5v5. When it comes to Triple Threat Online, matchmaking is fairly lenient, but if you play a low overall squad, you tend to avoid the really OP cards. Honestly, even if you play diamonds, and pink diamonds, you tend to avoid opals a little bit. So if there's just the opal card you're tired of seeing, like Shaq or Blake Griffin or something like that, and you just play diamonds, you tend to avoid it. You'll get them once in a while, but whatever, no harm, no foul. So Triple Threat is clearly not ruined, and playing 5v5 with anybody is not ruined. It's just the fact that the community doesn't have the structure, that the tournament scene is not developed. See a little bit of it here and there, and the game doesn't have the features to give you diversity of gameplay with 5v5. There's only one thing to do. So if you go by that one thing that they put in the game, then yeah, it's ruined. But that's not the only way to play the game. It doesn't have to be the only way to play the game at all. Yeah, I mean, I know I made whole videos on this, but I'm telling you, playing versus your friends with any kind of stipulation, 93 overall only, all diamonds, team versus team, so, Bulls versus Knicks or whatever, only players that have ever played for the Bulls or only players that ever played for the Knicks, it eliminates a lot of the bad things about the mode because you can't put all of the overpowered stuff all on the same team. And having one overpowered card in a basketball game, guess what? That's real life basketball, right? So one LeBron James and one Giannis Antetokounmpo that has to eventually take a rest, and you put your best defender on them and stuff like that, and you start strategizing, it feels really good. It actually is a lot of fun playing like that. So that's why I'm trying to stress to you guys, don't let 2K brainwash you out of enjoying the mode. 5v5 and Unlimited are not the same thing. Unlimited is a game mode. 5v5 is a game structure. Yo, Project Elevate, I appreciate that, man. I definitely appreciate it. So what I was trying to get across is I have spoken to a lot of developers, and I can speak to developers generally. If I really want to talk to a developer, I can talk to a developer. So I know it's not that the developers themselves don't understand my point of view or the point of views of the people that agree with my point of view. The problem is that this is a monetized mode, and at the end of the day, the business people are going to make the decisions about what goes out according to the numbers that they want to generate. And I don't know what the reasons are. We had that message from, I think it was the CEO or the COO of 2K earlier in the year about not generating the numbers they wanted to from one game mode, which I don't think was my team. and having and most people perceive that they brought out the Giannis and the glitch LeBron to make up for that. And we know that people are a little tighter with money with COVID. A lot of people out of work. I think you can question the moral integrity of, well, let's just break the game mode even more so that this guy is deciding between, eggs and my team. Let's see if we can get that gambling addiction and get him to spend for this Thon Maker. I don't know. That's all personal opinion, how you feel about that. But that's why my message is, listen, if you just need to have all of the best cards in the game, you just need to see that God Squad line up and blah, 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 then do what you got to do. But if you need to play a good basketball game, then Unlimited is the last place in this entire game you would look. Literally, the very last place in the entire game you would look is Unlimited. It's just not balanced. They threw balance out of the window months ago. I'm not here to criticize that decision. I frankly don't care because I'm not invested in Unlimited for any reason. It's really what I discussed in previous video. Unlimited is not a ranked mode. See, if they were gatekeeping your skill evaluation in Unlimited, I would feel a little differently because I'd be like, man, the only way to find out if you're great at my team is by playing this mode. But the only way to play that mode is to spend money on the game. If that was the case, I'd be here complaining about that. But it's not. Unlimited is not a ranked mode. Unlimited is a quick play mode, right? And as a quick play mode, it is not representative of skill. Just like quick play in literally any other game. No one looks at quick play and says, now I know I'm the best. You don't go to Mortal Kombat to casual matches and go, well, I've won 50 casual matches in a row. I'm a god. No, you know that you got match made 50 times in a row with 50 scrubs, right? And maybe a couple of good people. And you beat them too. Good for you. But you know if you go into Combat League, that's a better indication of how good you are. Because everybody at the top of Combat League is the best online, right? And if you really want to know how good you are, you play in a structured offline tournament where all of the lag factors and stuff like that are mitigated. And you know that all of the good people, it's almost like a real life matchmaking, right? My Team Unlimited is not about skill. It really isn't. It's about a combination of, it's really about matchmaking, quite frankly. Like the best, if you look at every 12-0 tip video, every single one, yeah, they got some tactics, they got some cards you should get, but they all have something in there about how to get around the matchmaking. Because Ty Debo doesn't want to play RCA the Great 12 times in a row. He doesn't want to play Splash Edition 12 times in a row. He's not going to go 12-0 if he does that, because that's what a ranked mode would do. In any ranked mode, it's not, I'm not going to say it's impossible to go 12-0 in a ranked mode, but it's very, very difficult to beat 12 opponents of your skill level 12 times in a row. That's the very definition of ranked mode, right? Is you should wind up around between a 500 to a 65% win rate because you're playing really good people all the time, right? Godfather asks, in my opinion, what was the best 2K ever except 2K11? 2K16. 2K16 would be number one besides 2K11. 2K14 on the old consoles was really, really good. It was a really, really polished version of last generation's game. And I actually think that was probably the best playing 2K on the previous generation. Most people didn't play it because of 2K14 on the new consoles, the current generation. So I actually think 2K14 on those previous systems was really, really strong. And yeah, I think 2K16 is overall the best, but I will say after all of the patches, 2K17 is a really good basketball game. When 2K17 came out, it was kind of struggling. There were a lot of things they needed to patch, but if you go back and play it now, it actually plays really, really well. Yo, you pulled that LBJ. Yo, congrats, man. I hope you're selling it. I hope you're selling it immediately. Get him while his price is over the top before that real LeBron comes out. Yeah, I love the idea of my team too, man. I think my team is fun. I'm having fun with my team personally, and I'm enjoying everything that I do. The only thing my only complaint about my team really doesn't have much to do with my team. It has more to do with 2K20 as a game. I just think that playing versus the AI is not very well tuned. So I wish that was a little better. But Outside of that, I mean, you know, I build my squad up. I play my friends. I play Triple Threat online. I play a little bit of the auction house. Unlock these cards, review them for you guys, and I have fun. If I want to do something else in 2K, I'll play Park or Rec or Pro-Am. And if I don't want to do any of those things, I'll play something else. Really, I don't let 2K make me, you know, toxic or angry or any of that stuff. All right, so I feel like this should be said. This Walter Davis card is absolute truth. Yeah, he's basically 6'6" Galaxy Opal McGrady. Like, his shot is so fast and so smooth. Like, you're talking about a quick, just monster of a shot. And for some reason, off the Pro 3 Hezi, he can really get out of that fast if you time it right. I gotta figure that out. I gotta talk to my peoples who know about this game on a technical basis, because I don't think anybody knows why sometimes they turn faster than others. But you can turn, like, he's changing directions reasonably fast. Like, you see there, I got a faster one. There it is. Yeah, so I think I'm figuring out what does it. But sometimes you can change directions really, really fast. I'll do a separate Walter Davis deep dive, but I just wanted to let you guys know, yeah, this card is real. I got the card. The rumors are true. He's definitely a monster. He's not perfect. Like the real T-Mac, like, look, I get it. T-Mac has the OP shot, but there's a lot of things about T-Mac that I personally don't love in terms of animations. But the most important animation, which is the two most important animations really, which is the Pro 3 Hezi and the speed of the Peekaboo Pro 3 pull-up, those are all elite. And quite like real life basketball, if your shooting is truly elite, you can get away with not having much else. And I think that's the case with Walter Davis here. Not that he doesn't have much else. He has the Pro 3 Hezi, so I think as long as you have the Pro 3 Hezi, you can definitely create. He just doesn't have all of the creative tools that I like. Particularly, he doesn't have like a really great step back. His shooter step back is pretty good though. But he doesn't explode out of it as fast as James Harden does. But you see there, he also has really good dunk animations. All right, I'm not going to turn this into a Walter Davis review, but just want to let you guys know, should you get him? Yeah, you should definitely get him. Is he... So there's some people, there's some chirpings that he's like better than Kobe. Jury's out. I got to see with that Kobe card. I think you can't underestimate the fact that the Kobe card essentially can't be posted up because he has like a 90 strength or whatever. So the fact that he'll be able to defend his position and completely neutralize your Michael Jordans and stuff like that, that is extremely noteworthy. This guy Clamps, Intimidator. Ooh, this card is so good. This card is so good. I definitely like Walter Davis better than Dr. J. That's for sure. If I put a shoe on him, I'd probably put a 3-point shoe on him just to, you know, push the cheese as far as possible. Rebounding, nothing great. Interior defense is 73. And the strength is only a 70. And see, that's the big difference, you know? It's like that defense. Not that his defense is bad. I mean, he's got Clamps and Intimidator, but Kobe's probably going to play a lot bigger than 6'6" because of those ratings that he has. But all right, guys, I am going to shut it down. Yo, thanks so much for rocking with me. That's pretty much all I have to say about those packs. I mean, Draymond looks pretty good. Rodman, I wouldn't play. I have to see something really, really special from Rodman to play him over Walter Davis, Kobe, Tracy McGrady, and even Nicholas Batum, quite frankly. I just have to see it. I know he's going to be great defensively, but I don't believe in having a two guard that's not able to generate offense at a high clip. And, you know, there's just too many, like, two guards have been blessed a lot in recent weeks. And I need to see more from him to think that he's going to compete. So, yeah, he's unrealistic and he's ridiculous. But if you're on the perimeter, your ability to rebound is somewhat limited. I mean, I think it's better to have good rebounding on the, you know, especially in TTO to help out. But I don't think Dennis Rodman, the two guard, is a game changer unless, of course, you simply cannot score on him. Like if he totally neutralizes a McGrady or a Kobe, then we're having a different conversation. But I need to see gameplay of the card to see that, because that's what he needs to do. Because great offense beats great defense. And even if he's really good at defense, if he's not neutralizing them and he's not scoring on his own, then I don't know what we're really talking about as far as that goes. All right, guys, I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. Peace.